Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to QAT channel. Alhamdulillah, in this series of videos, we are learning about Arabic derived nouns. Arabic derived nouns are those nouns that are derived from masdar, verbal nouns. Today, our topic is passive participle. Let's begin. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In this session, we will go over the names of the types of derived nouns. We'll look into the names once again. And we will go over the chart of the conjugations of passive participles, which is called Ismul Maf'ul. And we're going to identify passive participles in Qur'an. Now let's look into the names of the derived nouns. Mushtaq. So here is the list. These are all action-related nouns that are derived from masdar. So in the last session, we covered the active participle, ismul fa'il, the doer. Today, inshallah, we are going to learn about passive participle, ismul maf'ul. Let's go over the basic conjugation of ismul maf'ul. This is the basic conjugation of ismul maf'ul. So it is such a word so that the first root letter, the red letters over here are the root letters, and mim fatha and waw sakina are the non-base root letters. Okay, that non-base letters, meaning they are not root letters. So ismul maf'ul or passive participle conjugation is such that the first root letter will carry a sukun, and the first root letter will be preceded by mim fatha. After the first root letter, there will be second root letter which will carry dhamma, and second root letter will be followed by waw sakina. And after waw sakina, there will be third root letter which can carry any vowel or any sub or various types of suffixes based on state, gender, and number. Okay, so this is the basic conjugation of a passive participle, maf'ul. We are showing the conjugation using fa, ayn, lam as the root letters. Now let's go over some general information about passive participle. What is a passive participle? A passive participle is a word. In general, it's referred to an object. An object meaning a person or a thing on which the action described by the root letters is performed. Now let's look into the simplest form of passive participle, which corresponds to singular male. Like the ismul fa'il, we have again another chart over here that carries root letters, base meaning based on the root letters, passive participle of singular male, and meanings of the passive participle. Okay, so for the root letter, set of root letter nun, sod, ra, the base meaning is to help. So what will be the conjugation of a singular male passive participle? As I said, singular male always carries the most simplest conjugation. So which means it carries the basic conjugation, which is maf'ul. So if it's maf'ul, so for the nun, sod, ra, it will be mansur. I can read as mansurun as a continuing basis. What will be the meaning? The action is helped. And what does passive participle mean? It means the person or the thing on which the action is performed. So how would I translate? I would translate one who is helped. Helped, because this is passive. Okay. For the next set of root letters, kaf, taba means kaf, taba gives the base meaning to write. So for singular male, passive participle will be maktubun, meaning will be one which is written. For ayn, lam, mim, base meaning to know. So the passive participle will be ma'lumun. It means one who or which is known. Now let's go over and see how we can find, if we can find passive participle in dictionary. So let's take a look into that. Let's go to the dictionary. Okay. Over here, I have already entered noon, sod, ra. So noon, sod, ra are the root letters. So for the basic type, what type it is? Nasoro, yangsoro. Okay, this is the basic information we get for third person singular male active past tense, and this is the vowel for the second root letter that gives us the third person singular male active present tense conjugation, yangsoro. So the base meaning is to help. So we can formulate the meaning for passive participle. We can say one who is helped, or we can also look into the dictionary whether we can find directly the passive participle. In this case, we're looking for mansurun or mansur. Let's look. These are all the nouns. Okay, so we can see it exists. Mansur means supported, aided, or helped, one who is helped. Okay, but as I said, sometimes you will find directly the passive participle in the dictionary. Sometimes it may not exist. You just have to formulate based on the base meaning. Let's go back to our chart, inshallah. So we have, so the way we looked into for the noon, sod, ra, for the noon, sod, ra, the way we looked in the dictionary, we can, same way, we can enter these root letters and we can see whether the passive participle, whether they exist, or we can formulate based on the meaning, base meaning. Now let's go over all the conjugations for passive participle. Okay, so this table carries all the conjugations. So the way we learn for ismul fa'il, same thing. The conjugations will vary based on the three states: default, nasb, jar, and singular, dual, plural for masculine and feminine. Okay, let's go over the default state conjugations. For singular, one male as an object, maf'ulun. I'm reading as a continuing basis. So maf'ul is the basic conjugation. At the end, we have dhammatain because it's state of raf'a. That's why. Okay. Now let's go over the dual male objects. Maf'ulani. Plural, maf'uluna. For the singular female as an object, maf'ulatun. Dual, maf'ulatani. Plural, maf'ulatun. Okay, and you can see the suffixes are exactly as same as ismul fa'il. The way we found ismul fa'il for singular, dual, plural, exactly same suffixes. So let's go over one more time for the default state. For the masculine and feminine together, maf'ulun, maf'ulani, maf'uluna, maf'ulatun, maf'ulatani, maf'ulatun. Okay, I'm showing the exact same nouns using definite article. It's the same conjugation, no difference. Only thing, the definite article and tanween, they do not coexist. So wherever we have tanween, it will be single vowel when we have definite article. Okay, now for nasab, what is the default ending of nasab? Fatha. Maf'ulan for singular male object. In Arabic, whenever a word ends with double fathat, an alif is attached to it. Maf'ulan for single male object, dual, maf'ulaini, plural, maf'ulina. For female singular, maf'ulatan, dual, maf'ulataini, plural, maf'ulatin. Okay, So overall, for the nasab, مفعولا, مفعولين, مفعولين, مفعولة, مفعولتين, مفعولات. Okay. For jar, jar, for singular, always there will be kasra, right? So for singular male object, مفعولين, dual, مفعولين, plural, مفعولين. For female singular female object, مفعولة, dual, مفعولتين, plural, مفعولات. And you notice that exactly as same as the ismul fa'il, for the nasab and jar, for the dual and a plural, the suffixes are exactly same. So based on the governing agent that comes just before the noun, we have to decide whether the noun is at the state of jar or nasab or jar. Okay. Now let's go over some examples in Quran. As we did before, we are going to browse over and we are going to try to match word that matches with maf'ul. So as I am browsing over, I'm looking for a match with maf'ul, and obviously there is a match. Majmu'un, okay, I have already identified, and also over here, mashhudun, majmu'un, mashhudun. They're matched with maf'ul. So let's go over the details, inshallah, for both the words, inshallah. Okay. So for majmu'un, so obviously this is singular. One male passive participle, state rafa, and root letters jim, mim, ain. Base meaning to gather or to collect. Final meaning one or which is collected. Next one, mashhud. Again, one male passive participle. Default state, root letters shin, ha, dal. Base meaning to witness. Final meaning one or which is witnessed. Okay, let's go over some more examples that I have already shown the details. Okay, so over here we have al-masjur. Okay, so al-masjur, like al-maf'ul. Okay, so the details are, this is one male passive participle, state job, because we see kasra. Root letters sin, jim, ra. Base meaning to fire up. Final meaning one or which is fired up. Next one, bimasbuqin. Okay, over here, this particular word, masbu, if I stop at qaf, masbuq, maf'ul, they match, right? But we have a particle before it, ba kasra bi. This is one of the particle is called harfu jar. Okay, this particle, this is one of the particles that when it is attached to a noun, it brings the noun at the state of jar. Okay, so another thing we should pay attention when we are reading, not necessarily always passive participle will start directly with mim fatha. There can be attached participle, so we have to pay attention to the conjugation, okay, right after the particle. So let's go over the details. This is qina, so this is plural, male plural, right? So this is plural male passive participles, state obviously job, because we see this particle ba kasra bi. And root letters sin, ba, qaf, sin, ba, qaf. Base meaning to precede, final meaning once or which is preceded. Let's go over a couple of more examples. We have over here lamajmu'un, lamajmu'una. So over here again, there is a particle before the passive participle. Okay, and this is lam fatha. This is an emphatic particle. So let's go over the details. So obviously this is, I see una, this is plural male passive participle, and because of the una, this is at the default state. Root letters jim, mim, ain, base meaning together, final meaning surely, once or which are gathered. We have to bring the meaning surely or verily because we have an emphatic particle, lam fatha. Next one is very easy, ma'lumin. So the kasra tells me that this is at the state of job, and this is singular. One male passive participle, state job, root letters ain, lam, mim, base meaning to know, final meaning one or which is no. Alhamdulillah. We have learned today the conjugations of passive participles, and we have gone through some examples in Quran. Let's see what's coming up in the next session. Next session, we are going to learn about the noun of time and place, Ismul Verb. Okay, and we definitely, inshallah, we are going to identify them in Quran. Until then, keep us in your dua. May Allah grant barakah on all your effort. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.